Alright, so I'm going to do a lesson on right hand classical technique, and the first thing we're going to focus on is the rest stroke, which is used mainly for melody playing. It's a stronger stroke than the opposite stroke, which would be the free stroke. Okay, so first of all, classical hand fingering. Your thumb should be out in front, not inside your hand. Like this, it should be out in front. Also, your fingers typically will play, first finger here of your right hand will play the third string, middle finger will play the second string, and your ring finger will play the first string. Your pinky does not usually play except in some flamenco styles. Okay, so with a rest stroke, you're going to want to rest your thumb on the sixth string. It's the best place, not on the wood, because technically speaking you're dampening the sound a bit. So on the string, and you're going to take your right finger, and this little knuckle right here has to kind of collapse. See that? Has to kind of collapse. So you're going to do that on the string and let it pull back into the next string. You get a nice strong tone as opposed to a free stroke, which doesn't pull back into the string and is a little bit lighter. So you get this strong tone. Now if you alternate your index and middle, or I and M respectively, you can repeat eighth notes or 16th notes or what have you. Okay? You can also use your A finger, your ring finger. A stands for annular, which is Spanish for annual or ring finger. So you can combine all three. Okay? So there you go, that's the rest stroke, and you would want to do that alternating, IM or MI, whichever way, both is better, on every string, and see how it feels. It feels a little bit different on each string. When you get to the sixth string, you cannot rest on it still and still play rest stroke, so you have to play free. You still don't want to plant on the body in this case, for proper technique. I mean, if you're just putzing around, who cares? But and a rest stroke on the sixth string, you don't really have anywhere to go. If you hit the body, you're going to make sound. So you don't want that. So next we're going to do the C major scale. It's the Segovia scale fingering, and it's 2 octaves. And I'm going to use I, M, index, middle. Okay, so here's our C major scale. We are in second position, which means our first finger is around the 2nd fret, but we're actually starting on the 3rd fret with our middle finger, 2nd finger on the C, 5th string. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. We're going to shift to 5th position, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you've done this correctly, you're on your pinky on the 8th fret of the 1st string, and you did a stroke with your index finger on that note. Descending, we're going to continue down with the B with the middle finger on the right hand. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Again, if you completed it correctly, you ended on your index finger on the C, on the 5th string, 3rd fret. Okay, a little bit faster. 3 and 4 and. Once again, if you end correctly, you should end on the index finger. Again, a little bit faster. 3 and 4 and. So now we're going to discuss rest stroke with the thumb, which is used for bass lines and melodies that involve the lower strings. Typically, the thumb will play the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, although sometimes the 3rd but usually you're sticking to the D, A, and E strings. So a free stroke with the thumb would be out, away from the string. So we don't want that for a strong bass note. We want a strong bass note with a rest stroke. You're actually going to play through the string into the next string and kind of resting on, I'm playing the 6th string E, I'm resting on the A. So rest strokes are again playing through to that next string to get a strong bass tone. Again, compared to the free stroke, it's not as full, it's not as clear, not as loud. So for thumb rest stroke practice, you can take any scale fragment on the 6th or 5th or combination of 6th, 5th, and 4th strings and play through with the thumb on a rest stroke. So I'm going to play 1 octave of the E minor scale in the open position, starting on the low E. So we have E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. So that's just 1 octave. You can continue all the way through if you want. Chances are after you get past the 4th string, however, you'll switch to rest stroke, I and M, index in the middle. So, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Go back down, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. Rest strokes on a bass note or with the thumb become important when the melody is in the bass or when you need sustaining bass notes throughout a piece.